Back at it again with a new video. So the topic of today's video is gonna be like how to budget your money, so that you better understand like where every dollar is going, and that you don't end up like wasting your money on frivolous things.
Take the digits, if she with it, I'ma hit it now. I tell them run, yeah, cause walking ain't enough. Seen a couple haters hate, y'all gon' need to lighten up. Tell them run, yeah.
You saying something about like people who like have people who like they get a paycheck, right? And then like by the end of the month they're broke again.
Well, I think it's just all about like when you get a large paycheck, you know, like around $1,000, and you know you get this paycheck every 2 weeks, and so it may not be the same amount every week, but when you see that amount, you don't plan for the next month. You plan for the next week. And I find that so often, especially as university students, we run out of our paychecks literally within the first week that we get it. And the second week where we're waiting for our next paycheck, by then we're already broke. By then we're already broke, and we're waiting like, oh, when's this paycheck gonna come?
Noodles, ramen noodles.
So you know what? I feel like specifically for university students, it's quite a struggle, and it's like even hard to share with your parents sometimes because they don't quite understand. Like it's hard. Like it's not just eating, it's not just groceries or just the normal everyday finances, but also like, you know, going out with your friends. Like we have to make time to have a social life, right? Which is a big part of like your university experience. So everything all costs money. So it's hard, you know, budgeting and then also planning and saving.
So when you're about to like get your monthly income for the month, it's important for you to like right away set out how much your monthly income is, your debts, who you owe, whether that be a credit card or your friend that you owe, whatever, and then also set out the expenses, how much on average you plan to go grocery shopping with, how much on average you plan on going out with if you do, and things of that nature. So what's your game plan for the month?
All right, so like my game plan is like I personally, you know, I have 2 credit cards, you know, so that means I have 2 credit card debts, right? So my game plan is like to get those cleaned out. I think I got one of the credit cards sometime last year, so like I decided that I want to like cut one out. At the time, it was a good, you know, investment, you know, because my parents were all saying, you know, you want to be able to build good credit, right? That's like one of the big like reasons people get a credit card in the first place, is because they're trying to build good credit, because the government makes it easy for you to spend your money. So they say, get a credit card, build good credit, you know? Say, here's the tap and go on your debit card. Just tap, you don't need cash. Let's like take cash out of the equation. So it's just very, very easy to like start using the credit card, because now you can just, I don't remember the PIN to one of my credit cards. I just tap, okay? I don't remember the PIN. I just tap it, you know? Because they make it so easy to spend the money. You know, by the end of the day, it's not your money, and you still have to pay them back. And most likely, you pay them back double what you took from them, if not triple. So I feel like that's honestly what hurts me the most. The fact that I know that if I don't spend well, I have to pay more than I even took. And that's how they make their money, right? So it's like, how do I make my money, right? And that's all about cutting down that expense before it gets too much. You know, so my plan like this semester, well, this year, is to kind of like get both those credit cards down to like a minimum. I still do want to have them because I do want to build up my credit. You know, I'm at that age where I do want to have a good credit, so when it comes time that I want to invest into like a home, I can do that, right? So like I do want to keep them, but definitely in a more logical sense, and not anymore in a high school or first year kind of mindset anymore.
You just get to have it.
Exactly, not just like, oh, I have a credit card, I have money, you know, because it's not my money, right? I think that's the biggest like thing to really understand, especially as like a first year and you have a card, and sometimes like, you know, your parents aren't giving you money, and so, you know, there's a credit card, right? And yeah, so like especially like this semester, I had to save a lot last semester because this semester I'm not working as much. So I feel like that was a real, like it's hard. Saving as a student is so hard because you have the money and I think the biggest thing, especially for us, is just you wonder, why do I have to save? I'm a student. What am I saving for? You know, that's really the big question. What am I saving for? I'm a student. Like, where am I going? I'm here for the next 4 years in this program. What am I saving for, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like you have to kind of like give yourself a goal. And then when you have a goal that you want, it's easier to save for that goal. You know, you can change your goal at whatever point, but when you have a goal to save for, it's easy to be like, oh, I'm taking $20 out this week, or I'm taking $50 out every single week to put aside for this goal. You know, my goal is I want to travel. You know, so I really, really want to travel. So I'm like, okay, my parents are not going to fund this.
No.
I'm out here trying to plan like a European tour. Right? My parents are not going to fund this. So it's like, I want to make it happen. How am I going to make it happen? I have to save. I have to learn how to save. So I have to like give up a few things. Maybe give up buying coffee every day, buying lunch outside. So like, that's when it comes to how much am I going to spend on my groceries. So am I going to take all that money off of like my out eating? So let's say I spend like $10 on Shanghai noodles, you know, 3 times a week. That's $30. $30 I could have added to my groceries of $60 a week.
Probably would have lasted you a lot longer.
Exactly, which probably would have lasted way longer than that one meal. So I find that like, I think the biggest thing is when you go to like good grocery stores, like Food Basics, for instance. I know they have like drumsticks for like 12 drumsticks a pack for maybe like $6. And that's gonna last you quite a bit of time. 2 weeks, if not 3, depending on how you eat it.
Some people when they go grocery shop, they don't want to cook. This is true.
This is really true. I know. I've had that too. Like sometimes I buy like salads, like you know, like lettuce and kale, and take it home and be like, I'm going to cut these up and cook them, or you know, prep, and then it doesn't happen. You know, and I feel like that's where like time management comes in. You know, I feel like that's when you have to be like, if I really want to save money, I also have to learn how to manage my time, because you know they say time is money, right?
Dropping bars.
You know they say time is money, right? So it's like if I really want to learn how to save my money, I have to learn how to manage my time. You know? And I find that like that is definitely so difficult as a student to learn how to manage your time. But like for me personally, I leave like maybe Saturday afternoons and Sunday mornings and afternoons to plan my week. You know, I'll use Sunday to cook, you know, to prep a few meals for the week. So if I'm gonna be having like mashed potatoes, I will make some mashed potatoes. Or if I need sauce to go with my meals, I will make some. I'll make like a huge batch. I'm a big fan of homemade soup. So I will make soup for a week or 2 weeks, you know, and I will just leave it. I feel like one of the biggest things that will help, especially as a university student, is mass cooking. Cook big, cook in bulk, and store it. And just spread it, you know, a few days throughout the week. Simply because, let's be honest, we don't have time every single day to cook for 2 hours. We don't have the time. Like, we don't have the time or the energy, you know? So, you know, after going to like classes and then go from classes to work, you know, that $10 pizza, that $10 large medium pizza that's gonna last you for like 3 days, that sounds real good, you know? Like, I'm guilty of it as well. It sounds real good. But then also comes like all these like fast foods that we're buying, they're not good for our health. They're not. So I feel like it's hard. It is hard. But it comes at the end of the day, what do you want? Right? And how are you gonna help yourself for the future?
So an app that I started using that's been pretty beneficial for me is called the EveryDollar app.
Yeah, you just told me a little bit about it. It seems pretty cool.
Yeah, so just what it is like, so if you're working, or say you're just getting money from mom and dad, that's good too. So you have your monthly income for those every 2 weeks. You have a certain amount for saving. I'll save X amount for saves. I'll do X amount for like grocery shopping. I'll spend X amount for like on doing my nails or makeup or whatever, if you're a girl and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I'll do X amount for like if you're tithing, if you're a Christian as well.
Mhm.
So like you know exactly where $every is going. So if you don't want to do like handwritten budget, this is EveryDollar app that helps you do it. You can see it on the go. So it's important to know your income, know your expenses, and then know your debts. If you can't handle a credit card, just don't get it. You're not ready for it. Don't take that risk, because that interest rate is like 18%, right? If you
it's like literally 18 to 21. That's literally like the range for the interest for the most part. And I feel like at our age, we don't really understand what that means. You know, like we don't really understand what that means until you get your interest every single month, and you're like, oh.
It gets to the point where you're not even paying the actual.
You're not even paying the actual card off.
You're paying the
You're
interest.
just paying the interest. Yeah, I think that is like a really big one, especially though, because sometimes your interest, you literally pay your interest. Let's say your interest is like $20 on your card, okay, and then you want to pay $20 on your debt, okay. So you're gonna pay a total of $40. Half of that going to interest.
Yeah.
Every single month. You're not paying that card down. Not for the next 10 years. You're not paying that card down. You are paying $40, but only half of that is really going towards your card.
Yeah.
So you're really not paying the card. And I find that like, oh yeah, I'm paying $50 towards my card. No, you're paying $25 towards your card. The other half is interest. The other half is going to the bank. So, man, I don't like credit cards.
So some resources that I have for you that will probably be in the description. There's another YouTube channel that was called the Dave Ramsey Show that I found extremely helpful in terms of like understanding the struggles that people go to. Because on that show I've seen like people who are in like 60K thousand in just credit cards, let alone like student loans that they have to have.
Ooh.
That's 60K in credit cards, just credit cards.
Oh my God.
And then student loans.
You see it happen? The credit card told them, oh, you have great credit. Do you want us to increase your credit limit? That's where it starts. Don't. That's where it starts. Just say no.
Are you also saying something about like paying cash, right?
Oh yeah, like I feel like that's definitely like a really like big one for me. Like I've adapted kind of like just if I want to go out for the weekend, I'll be like, okay, for the weekend I want to spend $60.
Yeah.
I'll take it out, put it in my wallet. Every time I open my wallet, I'm spending cash. I find that when you spend like debit card, especially with the new tap and go, you'll end up spending maybe $5.50 here, $7.50 there. They're all small amounts, not necessarily significant, but when you do that, like let's say 6 times in the day, you end up spending $50 out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like you don't really recognize it yourself until you get home, and then you kind of look at your bank account and you're like, oh, that looks like it went down significantly. And all you see is negative, very minimum digits, but they all add up.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's what we really forget, the add up. And when you're swiping your card or you're tapping your card, you don't mentally, you see, we're not really good at math these days, right? We're not. So mentally, you're not really adding them up. You're like, yeah, it's okay, it's all right, until it's not.
Yeah. So I feel like when you're paying cash, it activates the pain sectors in your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like you feel it. You see Sir Johnny McDonald looking at you, or if you're in US, I guess Benjamin Franklin looking at you, like leaving your hand. I'm like, yo, do I really want to buy this? Do I really not want to buy this?
Yeah, you think about it a little bit more, you know, it's like, is this worth this $10? Is it really? What else could I use this $10 for?
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, definitely. I find like especially like we're just so used. It's so easy to spend money on, but it's so hard to make money. So we just kind of like have to balance that and just make it better.
So income, expenses, and debt. Know where everything lines up and save for a long tail game. That's it. God bless. Much love. And make sure you check out her channel. Subscribe to her. She has some other good videos.
We have some videos on there as well. So check them out.
Alright, later.
Take the digits if she with it, I'ma hit it now. I tell 'em run, yeah, cause walking ain't enough. Seen a couple haters. haters hate. Y'all gon' need to lighten up. Tell them right.